Hi everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Video Game Dad, the show that bounces, molds, stretches, snaps, and more. I'm the Video Game Dad, and this of course is the Video Game Kid. Let me paint a picture for you. It's the 80s. Ronald Reagan is running the country. We've yet to see the true tyranny of boy bands. Fashion is plagued by neon, puffy shoulders, and way more socks and headbands than are necessary. A quirky little movie about a boy and his alien friend comes along and rocks audiences around the world. Obviously, there's going to be imitators, and like most things, there's going to be good, and there's going to be bad. Today, we are playing one such game.
Boy and His Blob!
That's right, today we are playing a Boy and His Blob for the NES. Are you ready to get started?
Yeah.
Alright then, let's get to it. Alright, here we go.
This called Boy and His Blob.
This is indeed called A Boy and His Blob. And this is... let's see, the third game, I think, in our avalanche of viewer requests. This comes from my friend Claw from Masters of Unlocking. Here's his channel up on the screen. Go ahead and click that. Check them out. They do awesome stuff. Subscribe to them because they're cool and Canadian. Not that that should be a selling point. I don't know what I'm doing here. Alright, so we're playing A Boy and His Blob. You take on the role of a boy, and you feed jelly beans to a blob. What do you think happens when you feed the blob jelly beans?
It gets bigger.
It gets bigger? Well, let's find out. Let's feed him a licorice jelly bean and see what happens. He turned into a ladder. So that is the raison d'etre of this game. You feed your blob jelly beans, he turns into different things, you solve puzzles, and get treasures. And everybody has a good time.
This is a weird game.
Yep. Most of the games we're going to play are weird, because that's the era of games that we're focusing on. There's a lot of weird games in the 8 and 16-bit era.
I like white and pink.
You like white and pink?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is a game that I did not...
Feed him another jelly bean.
Okay, well, we're going to save our jelly beans because we only have a limited number, so we want to make sure we're being fastidious with them. So let's see. Stop laughing at me.
Fastidious.
Shh!
Be quiet.
Vocab lesson.
This is a hot set. You need to get out of here.
Bears don't talk.
I did not ever actually own this game. I played it at my babysitter's house a lot because she had kids that were
And
about...
I was still in Mommy's tummy when you were a little boy.
No, you weren't even that. You were not even a glimmer in our eyes. And they had NES, and one of the games they had was A Boy and His Blob. I don't know what attracted me to this game in the first place. Maybe I just thought blobs are cool. Because let's face it, blobs are pretty dang cool. Alright, here we go.
Blobs look like this.
Mm-hmm. What do you think that blob is made of?
Sticky stuff?
Sticky stuff? You think if you gave him a hug, it'd feel like hugging a marshmallow?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so we're going to give him a punch jelly bean. What do you think's going to happen if we give him a punch jelly bean?
I don't know.
Well, he turned into a ladder when we gave him a licorice jelly bean. What do you think's going to happen this time?
He's gonna keep bouncing.
He's going to keep bouncing? Well, let's find out. Here you go, Blob. Have a punch jelly bean. He turns into a hole. Punch equals hole. So that is kind of the key element of this game. All the jelly beans have different flavors, and you can kind of remember what they are based on the names, like what they do, because they'll either start with the same letter or it'll be, you know, kind of a pun, like punch makes a hole, he's punching a hole in the ground. Ho ho, funny jokes. So I guess the Blob, he crash landed on Earth and befriended the little boy, because, you know, this was hot on the heels of E.T. and aliens befriending little boys. Why not? Alright, let's make up a... Whoops. Go get the jelly bean, Blob. Alright, or don't. Just frown at me. Because we need to get the treasure. That's the main goal of the game, is to get treasure. And apparently...
And then you just jump down.
Yep.
If you jump down big bladders, you might die.
Yeah, so you want to not do that.
No.
Fortunately, it's the NES, so there's no fall damage. Alright, let's see here. Punch jelly beans! Punch a hole in the floor, bloody. The subtitle of this... Oops, I'm dead. Well, alright then. Oh no. That was a tragedy. Apparently there is fall damage if you fall a very long time. So you may notice that this looks and feels an awful lot like Pitfall, the original Pitfall. And there's good reason for that.
Don't worry, you catch me if I fall.
Yep.
On our ladder.
Yep. So yeah, as I was looking into this game, I discovered that this was apparently designed by the guy who did the original Pitfall. So you've got the single screen mechanic.
I'm eating raisins right now.
You are eating raisins. There we go. I'm not dead this time. Hooray! So yeah, it's got a lot of the same feel of Pitfall, where it's got the single screen and the goofy looking protagonist. You think that would be pretty cool to have a blob for a pet?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd probably get into all kinds of wacky adventures, huh? Yeah.
And
oh my gosh. Alright.
And you might say no.
You think I'd say no?
Yeah.
Okay. So right off the bat, one of the biggest issues I'm having is that the controls are super slippery.
Into the ladder.
Like if you'll watch, I just kind of poke him in one direction and it's super slidey. It's like, I cannot even believe how ridiculously slidey he is as he runs across. And so I'm having a really hard time not being bad at this. Alright, let's see if we can sneak past this little jumping dude. Yay, we got a treasure! Yeah, the goal here, you're just a treasure hunter, which I guess is why it had the Indiana Jones inspired logo looking thing. You're hunting for treasure.
I would ride my bike if I had a tiny cat as a pet.
Oh yeah? Alright, well, we are at I almost fell off a cliff. Let's see, we gotta do another jelly bean. Let's see, what flavor should we do? Should we do strawberry, coconut, cola, cinnamon, apple. Vanilla?
Apple.
You want to do apple? Alright, let's find out what happens when we give him an apple jelly bean. If I remember correctly, that is not the solution. Because if we give him an apple jelly bean, he noms it. And he turns into a jack. Apple equals jack. Because Applejack. I'm not sure how they were able to get away with that. Let's see, I think...
There's a pony Applejack.
That's true.
Applejack and My Little Pony.
Yep. Alright, I think we need vanilla jelly beans because vanilla turns you into an umbrella. And cartoon logic says that if you grab an umbrella and you jump off a cliff, you'll just float. Whee! Don't try this at home, kids. Alright, here we go. Because you'll die. Oh, alright. And spiderweb equals instant death. Strawberry. What happens if I give you a strawberry jelly bean? Strawberry is bridge. Yeah, I'm not sure what the mnemonic is supposed to be there. That makes absolutely no sense. Why does strawberry turn you into a bridge? If you know the answer, like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see. Let's do cinnamon.
I hate cinnamon.
You hate cinnamon? Why? Cinnamon equals blowtorch, fire, burn! Burninating the countryside. Whoa, I almost got crushed by boulders. Burninating the peasants. Alright. I think we need an umbrella again because, again, going back to cartoon logic, umbrellas will not only protect you from falling, they will protect you from getting bonked on the head. A Boy and His Blob operates on cartoon logic where anything happens. I wouldn't be surprised if an anvil fell from the sky and squashed me flat. Whoa! Jumpy alien dude! Alright, jumpy alien dude. So I talked about it before in the Shantae episode that I played the reboot of Boy and His Blob. And it's a much different game. Like, there's still a lot of the puzzle solving element, but in that one the focus is more about getting treasure, or not getting treasure, about it's about getting the blob home. So, you know, and it's a much easier game, as I recall. This one, from what I remember of playing it, it's pretty tough. Let's see. I think we want an umbrella down below. This one's pretty unforgiving, and you know, you've got lives, of course.
Umbrella.
We gotta turn him into an umbrella again so we can float to safety. Have a jelly bean, Blobby. If you own a Wii, I definitely recommend picking up the Wii remake of A Boy and His Blob. It's a really fun game, and it's one I would definitely recommend if you've got kids. It's a very kid-friendly game, and it's really cute, and I got a lot of mileage out of it.
But
We played
not
it...
babies.
No, not babies. We played
Send
it
your
before...
babies right
Oh.
to bed if you have babies.
Huh.
What?
Well, I'm trying to figure out how you get that. I do not know.
It's a diamond.
It is a diamond.
Or maybe you just feast your eyes on it.
Maybe you just feast your eyes on it? Alright. So this is another in a long list of games that got the parental floss treatment. And if I remember, I'll go ahead and I'll put up an annotation to the Boy and His Blob song. Ah, boo!
Bummer boo.
Oh, he's sad that I'm dead. I'm sorry, Blobby. We're all the way back here? Ugh, nuts to that. Ah, it's so slippery. The momentum you build up is just absurd with this kid.
Who?
The kid you're playing as, it's just crazy, ridiculous. No, no! Oh, I'm so dead! The interesting thing about this game is that I learned
Whoa.
many years after playing it that you don't actually have to get any of the treasures. You can just, you can end the game, like, pretty much as soon as it starts, which is kind of a strange oversight on the game developer's side, but I mean, I guess they made it to be freeform, so, you know, if you want to go through the trouble of collecting all the treasures, you can, but you don't necessarily have to. Oh, that was really silly. That was some Wile E. Coyote physics there. You have to cycle through the jelly beans, like that's what got improved with the Wii version, is that you have, for each stage, like, it has stages and you progress through it, and, you know, like I said, the ultimate goal is to just get the blob home, but they've streamlined it in a lot of ways, where you only get certain jelly beans on every stage, and you've got a wheel. You know, it's got the inventory wheel, so, you know, you can just pull it up and then go to the one you want, instead of having to cycle through it, and then if you miss it, it's really frustrating, and it's this whole thing. So, yeah. Alright. We're at a dead end.
Do not see the video where we were bad at one of the games.
Which game, honey? We were bad at a lot of games. Yay, I didn't die. That's always a risk. That is the major flaw this game has.
This is a brand new game.
Yep. Well, it's 30 years old, but it's brand new to you. That is the major flaw of this game, is that, being that it is from the guy who created Pitfall, there's a lot of unfair deaths. Like, I'll be completely upfront about that. There is some, there's blind leaps of faith, and you just have to hope you're not going down into a hole, and 9 times out of 10 you're going into a hole and you'll lose a life, and it ruins your day.
A ladder.
Bladder, bladder. You sure you don't want to try, honey? No? Alright. And at this point, I don't have any idea where I'm going. I have never gotten this far in the game. The few times I did play it, like, I didn't get past, like, the first or second. Come on, Blob. Pick up the pace, dude. Can't believe he was that far away.
Why?
Alright, I think we need to have him be an umbrella.
We need to get all the way down there.
Yes, we do. Oh, come on. That was right in your mouth. Jeez, Blob. And the Blob's name is just Blob. Which is
Why?
silly. Oh no! Oh no, I missed! Well, I'm dead.
You fell into the water.
See what I mean about the unfair
Did
deaths?
a shark eat you?
Probably. Oh, and this is a fun little trick that I learned. He does not like the ketchup jelly beans.
Why?
He won't eat them. So what you can do, you can trick him into eating them. You can do, let's see, is it... Give him a honey jelly bean, but then switch to a ketchup. And then he opens his mouth. Ah, dang it didn't work. Well, you can trick him into eating the ketchup jelly bean, which is a fun little trick that I learned.
Ketchup turned him into a bird.
No, the honey turned him into a bird. I guess... Yeah, I don't get the logic behind that one either. Like, I get the memes for a lot of, or the mnemonics for a lot of these, like, cola turns you into a bubble. No. Go this way. I hope this is right.
Whoa, whoa.
Yay.
Oh, no, you
No, I'm not dead, which is...
fell
Brilliant.
into the water.
Yeah, and I'm moving at a snail's pace, which is... Boy, I'm real excited about that, let me tell you. Maybe we can get one more treasure. Probably not.
Maybe we are gonna get nothing.
This game is frustratingly cryptic.
Miss
I mean,
taught me about bubbles.
oh yeah?
I already know about bubbles.
Groovy. Yeah, I've talked before, I mean, you know me, I don't like games that hold your hand. But I also don't like games that give you absolutely no direction whatsoever. I mean, there's something to be said for the exploration model, but when it's exploration and there's cheap, unfair deaths, not a fan. Oh, come on! See, like that crap.
Make sure that Jumpy guy doesn't get your pet blob.
I'm trying, man.
Meow, meow, meow.
Try Tangerine, we haven't done that.
Meow.
Come on, Blob. You're killing me. Just eat the jelly bean. Tangerine trampoline. Alright, that makes sense. No, that's not what I meant to do. Yeah, you do gain height. Eventually, we'll get up there. Yippee! Treasure!
Okay.
I don't think the Blob can get back up here. Oh no! Where is he?
That was
Blobby!
easy.
Blobby! Here, Blobby. Where'd you go, puppy? Whoop. Well, and we're dead. Alright then. Game over. Alright, so after some time with the Boy and His Blob, what did you think?
Awesome.
Alright, what did you like about it?
Give it a blob jelly beans.
And what did you not like?
Diet.
I agree. And so what kind of rating would you give to this game?
5 babies.
5 babies. Sounds good to me. I wanted to like this game. I really did. It has a great pedigree, and I remember having a fair amount of fun with it when I was a kid. The unfortunate truth is it just doesn't hold up very well. The concept clearly has a lot of potential, which can be seen by the fact that there was a remake for the Wii several years ago. Unfortunately, this incarnation just has too many flaws to be a game worth playing, nostalgia or no. The controls are squirrely, the interface leaves a lot to be desired, and I can't say enough about the leaps of faith leading to unfair deaths. Well, that is all the time that we have for today, guys. As always, if you liked the episode, don't forget to give us a like and a comment, and of course...
Click that button. It says subscribe.
That's right, click that red button that says subscribe if you want to be notified of our latest episodes. We will see you guys next time, and until then, keep playing.